short drop. It's the quarterback.
All right, welcome to the show. This is episode 2.14, After the Whistle. I'm Brian Moore,
Coach Critter,
Coach Tester.
Welcome to the show, gentlemen. This is our first annual Bella Awards here at BELLACINO'S in Grundy, Virginia. And we've got some folks on hand here with us tonight. Let them hear that you guys are here. All right, we've got a lot of awards coming up for this evening, and we're going to give you a quick rundown of some of them, and then we're going to get straight into the show. Our toughest place to play in Southwest Virginia, best concession stand in Southwest Virginia. That's something that we should know something about, right?
Absolutely.
Coaching staff that you would most likely like to run the ball behind.
Meaning
We ain't going to say nothing yet.
obesity.
The best helmets in Southwest Virginia. Dark Horse Team of the Year in Southwest Virginia. The Upset of the Year in Southwest Virginia, as well as the Game of the Year. And our After the Whistle Peak Performer of the Year. We're going to give that award away tonight. And of course, we've got our Nickname of the Year. We've got several nicknames we've thrown at some people. And we have our best uniforms in Southwest Virginia. We're going to recognize those. And we have our Headhunter Award. We've got a Headhunter somewhere here in Southwest Virginia. We're going to recognize them. And our 1D Coaching Staff of the Year and our 2D Coaching Staff of the Year. We've got nominees in all these categories. And of course, big award at the end of the program that Coach here don't want me to forget about is the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year. That'll come up at the end of the show. So you don't want to miss it. And we've got a lot of stuff, and we've got some entertainment here for you as well. So stay tuned. We hope you enjoy the show. We'll get straight to it. How was your weekend?
Awesome. How was y'all?
I refereed every day, boys.
What'd y'all do Friday? Friday night.
I did not go watch you all beat Ridgeview.
What'd you do Friday night?
I got to experience a good win.
Got the dub, didn't you? Got the dub.
I heard it was the fog's fault.
Yeah. The Fog Bowl, we
Everybody
mentioned
had
that a
to
little
play.
bit. That's one thing about it. People ain't going to forget it. I know Wise won't forget it, but the fact that it was in fall.
Could you see on the
Have a Luke
field?
shirt to wear today?
Do what?
Didn't you have a Luke shirt to wear?
Yeah, you don't have a Luke shirt to wear?
Oh, no.
And
but
speaking
you
of that,
all,
wait a minute.
you all are dressed up. Hold on, I feel I need to dress up.
And I know I sent you the memo.
I'm sorry. I got to dress up.
You dressed now.
Sorry about that, boys.
Sharp dressed man. Well, I appreciate you being prepared.
Yeah, I forgot I was going to be dressed up. Zane Tester just entered the building.
Zane, shout out to Zane there in the back. He's hiding
About
behind
time.
his mama now. Don't want nobody to see him. Now, you rubbed his head last week for good luck.
I did go rub it again.
Boy, youngin' ain't got no hair left on his head now because he's been rubbing his head all
Well, they're
week.
playing some good ball.
Yes, sir.
I'll pick them this week.
If you don't pick him, he'll win.
No.
Stay with what you've been doing.
Yeah, keep it going. All right. First of all, we'd like to recognize our sponsors as we do every night on the show. And our sponsors, of course, Buchanan Therapy Services, Grundy Auto Sales, Wooden Horse Grill over in Hurley. Food so good, make your tongue want to slap your brains out. Wooden Horse Grill, Economy Drug in the Grundy Plaza. And, of course, we don't want to forget Dotson's IGA. And of course, Buchanan General Hospital and BELLACINO'S. So we appreciate all of our sponsors and thank them for making season 2 a success for us. All right, let's take a look at last week's games real quick.
Well, let me get them back up here.
You want to start at Ridgeview?
No.
Yeah, let's start at Ridgeview. That's a good place to start. That's a good place to start.
As y'all know, Ridgeview won, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 14-7. They came out, scored 14 points right off the bat, and didn't score again. But guess what?
But we kept the ball.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter, did it?
Nope.
Didn't matter.
But
Tell us about the game.
well, you know, like Coach Krieger said, we came out, kept the ball most of the first half, ended up with like 14 points, and playing those guys, you know, with the D1 tailback that they got, you do not want them to have the ball. So thought we did a good job of establishing the run game and moving the chains and just keeping control of the clock. And I think they only had 2 possessions in the first half, which was a big help. We got 14 points. So
How many possessions?
I think they had 2 possessions in the first
Well,
half.
their first drive was over 7 minutes, if
Yeah,
I'm not
so-
mistaken.
Right.
I didn't watch it. I just go by
That's
hearsay.
ball control,
But you know,
Wing T football.
wing T football.
when you get in November, what wins football games?
Defense
Running the
and running
football,
football.
and playing good defense. And that's a shout out to our defense with Coach Blevins and the defensive staff over there, Coach Compton. Excellent game plan, and guys, you know, it just boils down to simple game plan.
Well, for the most part, they're very undersized compared to other teams too.
All right.
Defensively, very undersized.
And you know, we're playing with a bunch of sophomores who likes to get after it, and like guys, they held a D1 running back to 100 yards. I don't think he's been held to
Well,
100 yards.
I know he's not going to talk about him, but I will. Tyson Tester. I don't know. He might be kin to Greg. But when I watched him at Richlands the first game, he basically, I mean, he made every tackle. I mean, he played awesome at Richlands. And then on my way back from refereeing, I was listening to the game on the radio with Tyson Tester on the tackle, Tyson Tester on the tackle, and played another great game. And don't know the stats or anything, but he has to be, the way I feel, I mean, he's had a good year, might be leading the team in tackles, have no idea. But the past 2 weeks, Tyson has played real good. I mean, I know he don't want to get on here and brag about his son, but I will.
Well, at least one of them testers played defense.
Hey man, I played a little defense. Come on. But you know, not only Tyson, but man, it was a total
That's
team.
right.
It was a total team effort from. You look at our D line or linebackers, they really got after it, and you know, and not Trenton Atkins is probably one of the best players, if not the best player in Southwest Virginia. And to be able to do what the defense done Friday night was something special. And they were flying to the ball, attacking the football, and holding Ridgeview to 7 points. I don't know if that's been done this year either. So they're averaging 40-some points a game.
Absolutely.
Well,
I think Graham's already practicing for Ridgeview.
I don't think Coach Palmer would have looked
Oh,
at
I mean,
him.
did you, well, wait a minute,
you
wait
would
a
have
minute.
been.
But Graham beat Union. Let me go check that score.
Yeah.
Before I say that.
Speaking of
Yeah, Graham beat Union.
squeaked it out.
Yeah, barely.
Let's talk about that game real quick
Well,
here. Graham Union,
Graham 48, Union 7, and I think that was halftime score was 48 to nothing. I think what.
it was
40 to nothing.
40 nothing, I think. Regardless of what the score was at halftime, it was all Graham all night long, and Union.
Got a little revenge factor in there, didn't
You
it?
reckon?
What was it, 37-35 first game?
Yeah, one of the best games of the year, and one of the nominees for the game of the year is the Union Graham game, where Union went to Graham and won. What a difference 6-8 weeks makes.
That's right.
You know,
Well,
does it make a 40? You know,
Well, just like Ridgeview beating Wise 48 to 21 or whatever it was. Wise wins 14-7.
yeah, he went. A lot of that happened this weekend too. And you know what? To our credit, we ought to brag about this. We called it. We called the Burton game. We called that game. And I think 2 of us called the Ridgeview game. I think it was.
I think I missed all them.
Oh, did you?
Did you pick Wise?
Oh yeah, I picked mine. Yeah, I did. I sure did.
We might have to rewind that.
All right.
That's why the Pickens. Well, we don't even know who won. I think the Russians got involved.
Yeah, they
on the Pickens.
Could have been the Russians. All right, what we got next?
1A. Probably one of the nominees for upset of the year. J.I. Burton 12, Chilhowie 7. Intercepted a pass on the 2-yard line to win the game.
Hey, Pistol told y'all.
No.
Yeah, Pistol called that one. I gave Pistol credit.
Did you pistol? Did Holston play?
Pistol nodded his head like this. Talk about that game real
Big
quick.
win.
Chilhowie early in the season defeats Burton, comes back in the playoffs, and
Loses to Burton.
2 teams going in 2 different directions. Burton is without a doubt the hottest team in Southwest Virginia. Maybe with
Minus
the exception,
Wise.
minus Wise possibly. But other than that, Burton.
Well,
is
I
the
think-
10 in a row, right?
J.I. Burton's won 10 in a row, and Wise has won what? 8, 9?
So J.I. Burton red hot after a slow start, and a lot of controversy over there. So hats off to Coach Cottle and the gang. And
He's
I
probably a
remember
nominee.
someone, I can't remember, oh yeah, it was me, back about week 6 or 7 that said J.I. Burton would be in the finals, which I think you all agreed with. I think you all agreed, yeah. So it's not a total shock, but boy, they really rose to the occasion with that big 12-7 win. That's the first time in 3 years that Chilhowie has not played in the Region D championship game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
All right, next game, Patrick Henry, 29, Holston 6. Not a surprise there. Holston had a great year. They have nothing to be ashamed of. Great season. After watching them at the Twin Valley Jamboree and then what they became
We told you all
was
year
great.
what Coach Patterson was doing over there.
He's an Emory boy, so we knew he was a winner.
He's did a heck of a job over at Holston, and shout out to him, man. And
One of the nominees, I think.
I think they played Patrick Henry pretty tough in the first half, and you know, Patrick Henry just got too many weapons for him. That's hats off to Coach Palmer and the program he's got going right now.
Well, you look at
12 straight wins.
talking about Holston there. Holston's one of those teams that nobody saw doing this. They got a playoff win, went farther than anybody thought. And after watching them, I agree, watching them in the Twin Valley scrimmages over there, I would never have expected that out of Holston. So hats off to
Only
Coach
Pistol.
Patterson. Pistol called it all year long.
Pistol called Holston.
Pistol
all
called
year.
All right, we got any more? We got the big upset in Region
Well,
C.
yeah, the big upset, the shock of all shocks is George West 56, Narrows 28, and Narrows was up 21-0 in the first quarter within the first 7 minutes.
Nars.
And scored 7 points.
NARS.
Yeah.
The NARS Greenway.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if they had injuries. I have no idea. I'm sure there was some kickoff returns in there, some block punts.
Something
You fought,
happened.
but you go behind 21-0 early in the first half of a playoff game after going undefeated.
You think?
How do
we're
you
done.
give up 50-some straight points?
That's what I'm saying.
So George Wythe is a
That's
sleeper.
a Stump the CRIG question.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Somebody got hurt.
Yeah, somebody got hurt. So hats off to George Wythe, big time upset there, which sets up a rematch of another game earlier in the year. Galax and George Wythe.
Galax beat Auburn 56-14. So Galax has been doing it all year. It is what it is with them. They're going to bring it. So you're going to have to be on your A game if you want to beat them, any team.
Well, that's bad.
Galax, I said it all along, would be in the top in 2A, and I think they would be up there in 2A, and I think you're going to see a rematch of them and Riverheads in the state title game.
It'd be a good one.
That's it, Bulls.
All right, well, we're going to, right now at this time, we've got several of our finalists or nominees for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year Award. Of course, every week we recognize the BELLACINO'S Player of the Week, and we've narrowed it down to 4, I think it is, Coach, right?
Yeah, we got 4.
We've narrowed it down to 4 finalists for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Week, and we're going to introduce one of those young men right now. So, Coach, if you will, who we got coming up first?
Right, at this time, right here, we got a, this kid was a freshman, guys, from Grundy High School. He rushed for 1,409 rushing yards. I think was a record for a freshman in Buchanan County, as far as I know. Definitely a record at Grundy High School. He became the first player in school history to go over 1,000 yards as a freshman, and to do what he did as a freshman and to play at the type of level that he played at was just a phenomenal
And played
job.
both sides of the football.
Played both sides of the football also, and we're going to have Mr. Ian Scammell come up here and be recognized real quick. He is actually one of our finalists for BELLACINO'S Player of the Year, and just want to say congratulations, man, and a heck of a football season. All right, thank you.
All right, we've got that coming up next. We've got our toughest place to play in Southwest Virginia and our best concession stand. Like I said, something we all probably know a little bit about, but we'll be back right after this commercial break. All right, folks, welcome back to the show. This time we're going to recognize the toughest place to play in Southwest Virginia. We got a long list. We looked down the list, and our nominees for the toughest place to play, nominees for the Bell Award is the Clift at Hurley. Clift at Hurley. Remember, Beefy said that they didn't know how to spell it over there. It's supposed to have a T on the end of it. Well, somebody forgot to tell them, if you haven't been there, you need to check it out. Very difficult place to play a football game. It can get very loud as well. The next place on the list is Bullitt Park, home of the Union Bears. Always been a traditional place to play games, and they show up early and they leave late, and they usually pack the house. Excellent place to watch a game, Bullitt Park. Our next nominee is Legion Field, Gate City Blue Devils. And if you haven't went there and watched the game, or if you haven't coached, been on the sideline with your team while everybody lines up along the fence line, you need to experience it, I'm telling you. And of course, last but not least, our nominee is Ernie Hicks Stadium, home
Big
of Big
R.
R, the Richlands Blue Tornado.
Finally, boys, they get some recognition.
All right, so once again, our nominees are the Cliff at Hurley, Bullitt Park at Union, Legion Field at Gate City, and Ernie Hicks Stadium, Richlands. And the Bella Award goes to the Union Bears and Bullitt Park. Bullitt Park is the winner of our toughest place to play in Southwest Virginia. We have our Bella Award certificate. We'll make sure the coach and staff
Should I accept that on their behalf since
Would you like to accept that on their behalf? Since you pulled for Union so much this year, will you accept that award? All right, Coach Critter, we'll kick it over to you there.
Is my tie all right? All right, guys. Best concession. And you know, we've been to a few. Best concession nominees are Ridgeview, Wolfpack, Ryco, the Honeacre Tigers, and the Twin Valley Panthers. And the best concession award goes to Mary Goss and the Twin Valley Panthers.
All right.
Congratulations, Mary. Would you all, Twin Valley boys, want to come up here and
Yeah, let them accept it.
accept this award for Mary Goss?
I'll do it.
Make sure she gets that. Congratulations, boys. Best concession.
All right, folks, up next on the show here, we've got a little bit of entertainment for you. Twin Valley High School's own Alex Bubba Meadows is going to perform a song for us. Bubba plays on the offensive line, plays on the defensive line, and he's also the reigning Buchanan County Singing Star Competition champion. So at this time, let's give it up for Bubba Meadows. I can edit it out, don't worry about it.
I'd like to thank Coach Moore and all of them for inviting me down here to play. I'd like to thank BELLACINO'S too. I'm going to cover 3 songs for you. And I got a tip jar over there beside Mr. Wade Cantrell and all them. If I sound good to you, just leave me a tip. The first one's here is Lady Mate by Tyler Childers. I'm a stone's throw from the mill. I'm a hickory all the same. I came crashing through the forest as you come my roots away, and I fell a good long way before my lovely lady made.
All right. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, guys, this next award I'm going to give out is, I like how Coach Moore has worded this, the coaching staff that I would like to run behind the most.
Meaning the heaviest.
And our nominees are Twin Valley High School, the Ridgeview Wolfpack, which I have run behind one of those before, two of those.
Duck Dynasty.
The Duck Dynasty crew, the Honeacre Tigers,
Big bunch there.
Tony Palmer's Graham G Men,
Another big crew.
and our own Hurley Rebels. And guys, I'm gonna give a shout out to one of the guys I used to run behind over at Ridgeview, Mr. Bubba Edwards. Actually cost me 1,000 yards my junior season. I finished the season with like 984 or something like that, and he had a holding call on me. So Bubba, I just want to give you a shout out for that. So, but I still say I had 1,000. And the guys over Hurley, John Paul, Mark Cooper, Brandon Davis, Zach Deal. Wouldn't be no shame to run behind that line either. But
I sure wouldn't want to get in a buffet line behind me.
right. But the line that I would choose to run behind the most would be Coach Jeremy Ward and the Twin Valley Panthers. 1,865 pounds of beef.
Beefy.
Jeremy Ward, Mr. VMI, starting offensive lineman, Marcus Stiltner, Mr. VMI, starting lineman, and Baldwin was a Virginia Tech offensive lineman, so not a bad crew to run behind, Mr. Jeremy Ward. So, where you?
And the other two named Beefy and Porter.
Other two's named Beefy and Port. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna run right.
All right. Well, that's probably a very worthy award. Up next, our next award that we're going to go with are the best helmets in Southwest Virginia, and there's a lot of really cool helmets. I saw some this year. Saw some coaches say that they really liked their helmets. They didn't know they could afford to have them done again. They were so expensive, but they were super nice. And the award for the best helmet in Southwest Virginia, the nominees are, with a helmet revamp this year, the Twin Valley High School are one of the nominees. The TV, which is basically just the VT logo flipped, right here it is one of the nominees. Second nominee is Rural Retreat Indians. Really cool looking helmet as well. And then the one that I was really impressed with was Thomas Walker Pioneers. Really nice helmet. And coming up as our fourth nominee for Helmet of the Year, Gate City Blue Devils. And
Well, the big R's getting robbed.
big R, I'm sorry, it's a letter. I mean, how much can you do with a letter, right? All right, so those are the nominees, and the winner for the best helmet of the year goes to Rural Retreat Indians.
Jamie Hughes.
Jamie Hughes.
Coach Jamie Hughes. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Rural Retreat Indians having the best helmet in Southwest Virginia. All right.
We'll have to give that to Jamie.
We'll have to take care of that. I called him Jimmy Hughes one time, and he hasn't let me forget about it. But Jamie Hughes and staff. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, we're going to do a little fan check real quick. So we're going to see where everybody's from. If you are from, I'm going to call out a couple of high schools. You better make some noise if you're from that high school. So if you are here from Grundy High School. Let's hear it. Is anybody here from Grundy? All right, we got some folks here from Grundy. Got some girls in the back that I'm sure can make plenty of noise.
Give it the golf clap.
Give them the golf clap. There you go. All right, if you're here from Hurley High School, let's make some noise. All ball squall, I love it. All right, if you're here from Twin Valley High School, let's hear it. Folks from around the county that are here this evening. All right, with that, let's see what we got next up on the agenda here. All right, Coach Krieger, you've got the Dark Horse of the Year. You can come over here if you want to.
I will.
Coach Krieger's got the Dark Horse of the Year award.
There are quite a few dark horses, meaning how they finished in the year, wasn't supposed to win a lot of games, but the dark horse nominees are Holston High School, Coach Patterson and company, Twin Springs,
Mark Warner.
and that's Coach Warner.
Keith Warner. Mark Warner's your daggone governor or senator.
I said Coach Warner. Who said?
Keith Warner. I said Mark. Keith Warner.
But guys, those first two right there is big time right there, right off the bat with their programs. Great City, another good year. And then you have the Wise Central Warriors. Wise Central Warriors. And the winner of the Dark Horse Team of the Year is Coach Patterson and the Holston Cavaliers. Congratulations,
Holston.
to the Holston High School Cavaliers and Coach Patterson. Congratulations. Great season for you all.
Just to mention, Coach Patterson was just 1 of 9 3 years ago, and he steadily brought that program up. So good job to Coach Patterson.
And you know, we keep going back to that first day, that first scrimmage, guys, and you know, we even told him, he said, no, we struggled, but we'll just battle through it, and I'm young, and
He got through it.
he got through it. Congratulations.
All to him. All right, up next, Coach Tester. We have another nominee for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year. Coach Tester's going to introduce him.
All right, guys, our next nominee for Player of the Year is from Twin Valley High School. This kid only played, I think, 5 or 6 games, but was on his way to have a phenomenal season. He is cut short, but anyway, he had 54 carries for 377 yards, 5 touchdowns, and averaged 7 yards per carry up until he got hurt this year, and that was Mr. Isaiah Boyd from Twin Valley High School. Congratulations, Isaiah. Smile at the camera.
Appreciate you coming. All right, folks, up next. There you go, Pistol. Up next, once again, we've got Bubba Meadows going to perform for us, so we'll turn it over to you, Bubba.
This one's Dear Today by Luke Holmes. Dear today, tomorrow when, man, I was just checking in. You've been well, I'm doing alright. It'd always be better, seeing as you're the only one with a choice in the matter. If I know you, the hell you're too busy to do damn near anything, but you are too. Guess what I'm saying is if you don't change, boy, you'll be kicking yourself one of these days. So maybe you should call on mama and have a drink with our old man. Quit wasting our sweet time and put that diamond on her hand. Stop taking me for granted.
one more time for Alex Bubba Meadows here. Coming up in just a second, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we got the upset of the year, the game of the year, nickname of the year, and we're going to get ready for our after the whistle peak performance of the year. But first, we're going to go take a commercial break, and we'll be back right after these messages. All right, folks, welcome back to the show. Our next award is the Upset of the Year in Southwest Virginia, and we had a lot of upsets this year. We had a lot of people got upset this year, but that don't count. We're talking games here. The big upset, here are the nominees for Upset of the Year. Y Central over Union. Union over Graham earlier in the season. Y's over Ridgeview. And we have Gate City over Richlands, which was early in the season as well.
Big upset.
So big upsets, all four of those. And the Bell Award goes to Upset of the Year, Y Central defeating Union. Congratulations to Y Central Warriors receiving the Bell Award and defeating Union.
All right, guys, our next award is the Game of the Year award. And the nominees for the Game of the Year is Hurley versus Honaker, double overtime game, one of the best games in Southwest Virginia. Union over Graham game, and Union over Gate City. And the winner for the Game of the Year is Union over Graham, 37-35. Big upset. Big upset.
All right, guys, we've got the next one is the nickname of the year. I had some great nicknames out there, great nicknames. The nominees for nickname of the year is the Atkins Dyke at Ridgeview, Trenton Atkins. Polier Express, Mason Polar from Union High School. Polier Express. Sorry, Brandy. The next one, the Big R. Everybody knows the Big R. Richlands High School boys.
Oh, you forgot the little R now.
No, still the Big R. Chairman of the Boyd.
Chairman of the Boyd.
Isaiah Boyd. And then the last one is Malibu Mark Palmer at Patrick Henry High School. It's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to be a tough one. And the winner of nickname of the year is Polier Express, Mason Polier from Union High School. Congratulations, Mason.
All right, up next we're going to be talking about our ATW After the Whistle Peak Performer of the Year. And before we announce that, we want to talk about these young men real quick. And Coach Tester, you've got some info on them there, I think. The nominees for After the Whistle Player of the Year. Up first we have Mr. Trenton Atkins from Ridgeview.
Yeah, I think Mr. Trenton Atkins ended up with 2,800 yards rushing and a total of 50 touchdowns.
Is that all?
Got a bunch of Division I offers already. A big name player out there. We got Mason Polier from Union High School. Had 1,800 yards rushing. Turned around on the defensive side of the ball and had 120 tackles. So Mason Polier, big time player. Had Devin Lester at Graham, guys, had over 3,000 all-purpose yards, had around 1,200 rushing and 1,700 passing, so had 38 touchdowns. So Devin Lester from Graham is also in the mix. Also, we got C.J. Crabtree from Wise, has around 1,800 yards and 25 touchdowns. So a lot of good guys to nominate here and talk about these guys for a few minutes.
Trenton Atkins, 50 touchdowns. I don't think I ever had a team that scored 50 touchdowns in a year.
Big R did it
What about
one
you?
year.
Go figure.
Big R did.
I'm talking about a team. Have you ever had a team that scored 50 touchdowns?
No.
I had a team give up 50, or 60 or 70 touchdowns. Shout out. Guys over there. I had a team did that one time, but
Big R, I know, scored 50.
man, that's impressive. The thing that's most impressive about Mason Polier for me is the fact that not only did he have a lot of really good numbers on the offensive side, but the
Both
fact that he played
sides.
on both sides of the ball.
And had 120 tackles. He wasn't just playing over there.
He wasn't taking a break
No, he was
on defense.
he was playing.
You almost have 2,000 yards rushing, and you turn around on the defense side of the ball and have over 100 tackles. Something going on.
You playing
You
some
know,
ball.
you playing some ball. So.
Devin Lester, Graham. I mean, those numbers are phenomenal.
You know, what, 1,700 yards passing, 1,200 yards rushing,
40 touchdowns total, or 38?
38 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions on the year, plus turned around and plays defense, and he's probably one of the biggest headhunters. Of the
I
year
know
out
one
there.
thing. I went over there at Wise today. I picked up Coach Tester there for practice, and they were going over the scout team. And I played Devin Lester. Yeah, they got a real good look. Real good look today on scout team.
Roll out.
Oh,
Roll
quick,
out.
fast,
Yeah.
fast.
Well, see, y'all got a good look. It's gonna help you. Okay. C.J. Crabtree, shout out to his old man. I've been friends with him for years. But C.J. put up some impressive numbers as well.
Guys, really enjoyed working with this kid this year. This is a real humble kid. Always comes to work every day, comes to practice, practices hard. And not to mention, he has 1,800 yards, but he split that 3 or 4 ways. So his carries are not phenomenal. I mean, he's probably averaging 17, 18 carries a game, while the other backs are
Sounds
getting
like when he got the ball, he
10 or
went to the
12.
house.
So a lot of them is big plays for him. And like I said, he's did a phenomenal job this year running football.
All right, well, at this time, we're going to recognize our After the Whistle Peak Performer of the Year. Once again, our nominees, Trenton Atkins from Ridgeview, Mason Polier from Union High School, Devin Lester Graham, and C.J. Crabtree from Wise. And what you do
Nobody
honors.
from the Big R?
Nobody from the Big R this year.
Well, our ATW Peak Performer of the Year goes to the Polier Express, Mason Polier.
Polier Express.
Congratulations. And like you said, guys, going both ways. I mean that's pretty tough. I mean, nothing against. I mean, great seasons for all of our nominees, but to me, like Coach Tester said, when you rush for almost 2,000 yards and turn right around and have 120 tackles, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I think that's the thing that probably put him over the top was the fact that he was doing it on both sides of the ball. All right, well, I'm gonna step over here. I'll go over here and you go over there. All right. Okay, up next, our next award is for the best uniforms in Southwest Virginia. You know, you gotta look dapper, you gotta have the swag on and everything, and you go and you see some really nice uniforms, and people, you know, not only, sometimes you gotta look the part, so if you look good, the theory is that you're gonna play good. Maybe that doesn't always apply, but for the most part, if you go out throughout Southwest Virginia, you see some really nice uniforms. But we narrowed it down to 4 nominees for the best uniform in Southwest Virginia, and those are Ridgeview High School, the Wolfpack, as our first nominee. Our second nominee is the Union Bears, and our third nominee is the Graham G-Men, the gray uniform. G-Men. And the Big R comes in as our fourth nominee.
Awesome uniform.
Blue on blue. All right, the blue on blue for Big R, the Graham Gray, the Union Bears, and the Ridgeview Wolfpack. And the winner, Bell Award for the best uniforms in Southwest Virginia goes to the Graham G-Men, the gray uniform. Congratulations to Graham G-Men.
So that's why they've been playing good.
Could be. Could be.
Uniform.
Uniforms.
All right, guys, the next award I'm going to give is the Headhunter Award from Southwest Virginia, including all Southwest Virginia football. Got a lot of good nominees here. First off the bat, we got Aaron Edwards from Graham High School, number 33. Watched film on him all week, so I know what we're facing on Saturday. Got Mr. Dalton White of Twin Valley High School. We got Hunter Scarberry of Grundy High School. Also played against this kid. Phenomenal athlete and really physical kid. Mikey Culbertson from J.I. Burton High School. Mikey Culbertson was a good fullback, good linebacker for J.I. Burton this year. I think he come up with the pick at the interception of the year probably against Chilhowie this week. So a lot of good candidates for this award, but the award for the Headhunter of the Year award goes to Mr. Aaron Edwards of Graham High School. And I may be able to give him this award on Saturday.
You will by halftime.
All right, folks, we got coming up here on the show. We got the moment that everybody waits for every week. Brought to you by Grundy Auto Sales, Stump the CRIG. We'll be doing it here in just a second. We've also got our IGA top 5, final top 5 in 1D and 2D for 2019, and our coaching staff of the year in 1 and 2D. So we'll be back right after these messages. All right, folks, welcome back to the show, our 2019 Bella Awards, and up next we've got Coach Tester with our next award, next nominee for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year. Turn it over to you, Coach.
All right, guys, our next nominee for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year. This group, actually, I coached this group as freshmen. I've seen them grow a lot over the years, but they finished the season with 3,019 yards rushing as a team and averaged 301.9 yards per game, and that is the Hurley High School offensive line. Come on up, guys. Get in here and look at the camera. Congratulations. Smile at the camera, man. Mr. Hagan. That's right. Good job. All right. Now you go back and sit down.
All right, folks. It's that time. Each week we try to stump the CRIG, brought to you by Grundy Auto Sales. And this week we're back at it again. We have a question that has been sealed, hermetically sealed in an envelope. It's been in the bank for the last 7 days under armed security, and the last time I checked, they had the National Guard surround the bank on this one. So the National Guard's been surrounding the bank all week down there, haven't been able to get in and out. So this one's going to be pretty tough. And we recently had an armored truck pull up, and a gentleman with a briefcase attached to his wrist, and that gentleman had just dropped the briefcase off right there. And if you don't care, hand it to me. So we have the briefcase. You thought we were kidding. Here's the briefcase. I have not seen the question. It has been hermetically sealed. You have not seen the question. Is that correct?
Not seen it.
All right.
Don't need to.
Do not need to. And here we have the Stump the CRIG question. I bet this is going to be a good one.
Be easy.
All right, here we go.
Be easy.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready. Are you all ready? All right. If soap smells good but tastes bad, do you agree with that?
Oh, I know it tastes bad. My parents made me eat it when I was little.
Well, I can see that. But you agree that this smells good but tastes bad?
Yes,
All right, so let's apply the same logic to this. Would that mean that horse manure tastes bad? Or good, excuse me. Would that mean that horse manure tastes good if you apply that same logic? It smells bad, so it must taste good.
So soap smells good,
It smells good,
tastes bad.
tastes bad.
Manure smells bad, so should it taste good?
Correct.
I'm gonna have to say negative on that.
Negative.
Yes, because while in college, I fell in some. And it near smelled bad and it tastes very bad. So that's an easy one. It tastes like manure.
Like horse manure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an easy one. I've tasted both of them.
All right. Well, that's, once again, we have failed to stump the CRIG, but we do know that horse manure indeed tastes bad. Because
Facts.
Facts. Here, that's what it's all about, folks, is getting right down to the bottom and finding out the truth. And once again, Coach Krieger in his infinite wisdom has imparted another truth unto us, so we appreciate that. We have failed all year. It's 2 years in a row now we failed to stump the CRIG. And with that being said, I'll set the briefcase out of the way. And we'll move on in the show here. IGA Top 5.
These boys here probably don't know what I'm talking about it. Maybe your parents making you eat soap, ain't it?
Probably don't know.
Have y'all ever heard of that?
Y'all ever ate soap? You ever? Yeah, well, it looks like you probably did. Big old line over there. All right, folks, each week at this time, Dotson's IGA, located in Hurley, Virginia, sponsors our IGA Top 5. If you need a sandwich tray, a meat tray, a fruit tray, vegetable tray, anything that you need for your party gathering, bowl games are coming up, Christmas, the holidays, stop by and see the folks at Dotson's IGA. They've got a wide selection of produce, groceries, and the absolute best selection of meat products you can find anywhere in the country.
Wait a minute, guys, over here. Boys, there's one thing you can't do at IGA, and that's
Can't beat their
you
meat.
can't beat their meat, guys.
All right, folks, well, you heard it there. And if anybody knows, these boys over here ought to know. Coach Krieger is right on the money. All right, gentlemen, well, we've compiled put our minds together, and we've came up with our final after the whistle 1A and 2A top 5. And Coach Tester, I'm going to let you read our 1A and let you do our 2A.
All right. Coming in at number 5 in our 1A is Coach Derek Patterson and the Holston Cavaliers coming in at number 5.
That's big right there.
Number 4 is Coach Robinson's Chilhowie Warriors coming in at number 4. And number 3 is Coach Kelly Lowe's Narrows Green Wave.
Narge.
Fell to the George Wythe Maroons this past weekend. Number 2 is Coach Jacob Cottle's J.I. Burton Raiders, who will be going to face our number 1 and Malibu Mark Palmer's Patrick Henry Rebels.
After you heard, there's our top 5 in 1A. What about 2?
Boys, they're making me read this. They're making me read this 2D top 5. And number 5.
It's a sad day, boys.
Number 5. Number 5 from 1 to 5. Number 5, guys, is the Big R
Big R.
at number 5.
I cheer it for the Big R, folks.
Yeah, Big R. Tough loss at Wise. Tough loss. Number 4. Boys, they jumped from number 6 to number 4. And you know, I'll give them their credit right now. Union Bears at number 4.
All right, cheer for Union Bears.
Union Bears at number 4.
I heard you say that, didn't you? Anybody got roll 8s?
Number 3, we got the Ridgeview Wolfpack. And the Dynasty crew over there. And number 2, Wise Central Warriors. And boys, that's big from the first of the year. Wise not even probably in the top 5 to winning 9 straight games and being at number 2. But our number 1 team that's been the number 1 all year is the Graham G-Men. And Wise will face Graham Saturday for probably about a quarter. And
Hey, it's not fair.
We'll
you
go-
might not
we'll
should
go-
pick at number 1 until Saturday.
We'll go. Now we're picking it right now.
As of right now,
Right
that's
now.
the way it is. All right, Coach Tester is now going to lead us into, you got one more nominee to introduce. I'm
I
sorry.
do.
You got
Yep,
one more
I do.
nominee to introduce.
All right, guys, our next nominee for the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year, kid from Twin Valley High School. He had 76 carries, 583 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaged 7.7 yards per carry, and had 6 receptions for 106 yards receiving, and that's Mr. Xavier Ward. Congratulations, man. All right, I appreciate you. Thanks, smile at the camera. Where we at now?
All right, this is one of our big awards here for tonight's show, the Bella Awards. This is our 1D Coach of the Year, or Coaching Staff of the Year in Southwest Virginia. And we've got 4 nominees for our 1D coaching staff. First, from Twin Springs High School, Mr. Keith Warner led the Titans to a much impressive season, especially after going 1-9 last year. Big upset against Tom Walker. And shout out to Keith Warner in Twin Springs. Our second nominee is Jacob Cottle from J.I. Burton High School, stepping into a difficult situation, dropping a couple games, but now they're the hottest team in Southwest Virginia, and he's our second nominee. And our third nominee goes to Mr. Derek Patterson at Holston High School, who's done a phenomenal job with that program over there. And our final nominee is Malibu Mark Palmer from Patrick Henry High School. So the winner of the 1D Coaching Staff or Coach of the Year award goes to Patrick Henry High School, Malibu Mark Palmer and his staff. Congratulations, Coach.
All right, guys. 2D Coaching Staff of the Year. Nominees are Rick Mullins, Coach Rick Mullins from Ridgeview. Coach Jake Housewright from Great City, Virginia. Tony Palmer for the Graham G Men. And from Wise Central, Coach Luke Owens and staff. And the winner of 2D Coach of the Year is Coach Luke Owens and Wise Central staff and the Triple L Lotion. And we'll let Coach Tester
I'll accept his award.
accept his award on his behalf. Coach Owens, congratulations. And to the rest of the nominees, but Coach Owens and staff's worked real hard. Like I said, don't know how many games they've rolled off right now in a row, 8 or 9. Probably coming to an end Saturday, but
Look in the camera. Look in the camera and tell your lineman what's going to happen Saturday.
I can't do it to him. Can't do it to him. But congratulations on a great season, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, coming up next on our show, we've got our pigskin prognostications brought to you by Buchanan General Hospital. Find out who's going to win the games this week. We'll be back right after this. Thanks to Buchanan General Hospital for sponsoring our Pigskin Picks. This week we've got 3 games, gentlemen, that we've got to take a look at, and those 3 games are big games. All those games are regional championship games. So we're going to start out with J.I. Burton and Patrick Henry. Coach, we'll let you
All right, guys. J.I. Burton is one of the hottest teams in Southwest Virginia right now with 10 straight wins. Just come off a big win over Chilhowie this past weekend. Patrick Henry, Mark Palmer's rolling at 12-0. And guys, to go 12-0 in the season, you know, I don't care what schedule you play, it's tough to do. You got to be on your game, on point, week in and week out to go 12-0, and that's a compliment to Coach Mark Palmer. But guys, this is a tough matchup. I see this being a tight game, but
Who you got?
I'm going to say a tight one at Emory and Henry College this weekend. I'm going with Mark Palmer and the Patrick Henry Rebels in a tight one.
All right, you want me to go? You
Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm torn on this game here. My gut tells me to go with the upset, but I have doubted Patrick Henry all year. Every time I've doubted them, they've came through. So because of that, I'm going to pick Patrick Henry to win this game. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a much tighter game. I think on that turf, Burton may have an edge, but I'm going to give Patrick Henry the nod, so I'm going with him.
Easy pick, guys. Coach Cottle and the Raiders win. Just like they won Friday.
Just like
Saturday.
You picked against them, right?
I didn't. I'm not picking against them. 10 in a row, boys. And they will win 11 in a row come Saturday.
All right, well, you heard that. Hey, that's a bold pick. So Coach CRIG picking the upset. I can see it happen.
Quarterback playing too good right now for North.
All right, big. All right, that game, by the way, tell us what time that game is.
That is at 1:30 at Emory and Henry College.
1:30 at Emory and Henry. Go check it out and see who gets it right. What you got next game on the agenda there?
Got the Wise Central Warriors at the Graham G-Men at Mitchell Stadium at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Who you got?
You better get there early. You better hope Wise gets the ball first. So that's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to start
Good
out
luck,
on this
Big
one.
Luke.
It's
And
at
stay.
Graham. Graham has been there before. Defending state champs. They've been in this situation. Wise Central's been a great story. They've done a heck of a job all year. I'm afraid that it comes to an end, and I'm going to chalk this one up to inexperience in a big game. But I
It
think
don't
that
have
this
nothing to
game
do
right
with it.
here could turn Wise Central into that
What
team
does
that
Coach
turns the
Tester
corner.
always say?
Order to be-
It's not about the X's and O's,
It's about the Jimmies and the Joes.
and they got a lot of the Joes.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll say this, and I know most people won't like it. I think Wise is more disciplined.
What was that?
Well, I think they're a more disciplined football team, but I just
Why does that
don't-
matter?
I think the experience is going to be the factor here, so I'm going to go with Graham. What you got?
There ain't no
I just
stuff
stumped you,
to
didn't I?
Craig. No.
What you
Guys,
got?
Guys, hey, I'm glad y'all keep
Great year, Coach Tester,
Keep it
Coach
rolling.
Owens,
Keep it
great
rolling.
year.
I'm glad y'all picked
Graham, big.
I'm glad y'all
Big.
picked. What was your last 2-week picks?
I was wrong, boys. I meant it. Congratulations.
Hey, but you
I'll
know,
congratulate you Saturday night, too.
the bad thing is, we're the underdogs. But we got a bunch of underdogs
Boy,
that
Stone
don't know
Cold,
they're
listen.
underdogs.
Listen, Graham big, but Stone Cold Steve Austin did beat Duke yesterday. So I guess it could happen.
First of all, I'm gonna give Tony Palmer and the Graham G men hit their dues. Probably the toughest
You don't
team.
need to. The state of Virginia gave it to them last
All
year.
right. Tough team, guys. Going to be tough going up to Mitchell Stadium, playing probably the best team in the area right now. They're loaded on both sides of the ball, loaded talent on offense, defense. Like to get their kids in space. They got speed on every end. However, we got a bunch of sophomores. Don't even know they're the underdogs right now.
You're right. You're right.
They're playing hard.
Bunch of 168
They don't
pounds.
even know Graham's favorite. That's what they're thinking.
They will.
So
They will.
I'm going to ride with Coach Luke Owens and the Central Warriors, and hopefully we can pull the upset.
All right, you heard it there. Graham.
Like I said, I hope you do too. I'm just picking what was the score last week against Union? 48-7.
Yeah.
Pick your score.
You all might get 14.
What y'all think?
Hey.
Who's going to win? Graham?
We just got
Graham or who?
We just got 14 this week.
That's all you needed.
I know it.
You'll need a little bit more than 14 Saturday.
All right. Next game on the list. Region C,
Region
1C.
1C, George Wythe at Galax. Galax.
Galax.
Big.
Be like the Wise Graham game, Galax.
I will say this, Galax handled them well in the regular season. They have improved drastically. They might shave 6 or 8 points off of that point differential. That's about it. So Galax across the board. All right, so we've got our winners called out for that. That's the way it's going to roll. Well, speaking of our pigskin prognostications, we have tallied the numbers, and I will say this, that the ballots are under investigation at this time.
I got a lawyer because we're recounting.
We're going to do a recount because somebody thinks that maybe they
I
didn't
think there was
lose.
some.
If you hadn't picked against the little boys, you might.
Well, I think I did pick one. That's why we got to go back and check.
Well, unofficially, according to the, the Virginia Board of Electors, according to them, you are our champion, but it is being contested at this
By
time.
one pick.
By one pick. So, we will try to get back with you at the end of the program and let you know who
I might concede by the end of the show.
maybe. It's a good possibility. All right. With that being said, we now have the award that we've waited for all evening, and if we would, all three of us would just go right over here. And you've introduced them all, right?
I have introduced them all. You got the logo on it.
I didn't have an envelope for this one. Yeah, they come get this one. All right, so now we have our BELLACINO'S.
All right, guys, this was a tough decision on our behalf. First of all, I'm gonna start out by reading all the players of the week that we had. I think in week 1 we had Ian Scammell. Week 2 we had Dustin Stinson from Hurley High School. Week 3 we had Hunter Scarberry from Grundy High School. Week 4 I think we had Isaiah Boyd from Twin Valley High School. Week 5 we had Tanner Bishop from Grundy High School. Week 6 we had Jonathan John Boy Hurley from Hurley High School. Week 7 we had Austin Vance from Grundy High School. Week 8 we had the Hurley Rebel defense over.
Don't forget Bobcat.
We got Bobcat over. Week 9 we had Xavier Ward from Twin Valley. Week 10 we had the Hurley offensive line and Mr. Austin Bobcat Boyd. And we've narrowed
Hard to pick.
We've narrowed this down, guys, to four nominees that's here right now. And I'm going to read you some of these stats, and it just wowed me, and it was hard for us to pick a winner. But Ian Scammell, freshman, Grundy High School, 1,409 rushing yards, first player in school history to go over the 1,000-yard mark as a freshman. Had a phenomenal year, and plenty more to come for him. The Hurley High School offensive line led an offense that rushed for 3,019 yards as a team, averaged 301.9 yards per game. Guys, and they lost 3 games by a total of 14 points maybe. So they were in 3 top ball games that could have went either way, and had a great rushing performance for the year. Isaiah Boyd from Twin Valley High School, like I said, got his season cut short, 54 carries, 377 yards, 5 TDs. Had 7 yards per carry. And Mr. Xavier Ward, 76 carries, 585 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 receptions for 106 yards, and a TD. And guys, at this time, we would like to announce the BELLACINO'S Player of the Year goes to the Hurley High School offensive line. There you go, guys. We got 5 more to come up. Guys, if you're a nominee, don't take off yet. We'd like to get a picture with all of them together after we get this. We got to get a picture. Where's my phone at? Okay, all right, we'll get one. All right, guys, thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the nominees.
All right, that pretty much wraps it up for the show this evening. We'd like to thank everyone for season, for the entire season. Thank everyone for watching on YouTube. Help us get those subscriptions up. We're doing really good on our views. We just need to get some subscriptions up. So go on there and click that subscription button. There'll be a little place right here on the screen. You can click it and you can subscribe there. In addition to that,
Also, keep an eye out, players, coaches. We're going to.
that's the big. Go ahead.
We're going. Oh, you already going to do it?
No, next.
We're going to try to have a after the whistle coaching clinic at the end of February, March, somewhere end of February, March, or April. Keep a lookout for that. All players are invited. If you want to listen to a coach that comes, you won't have to pay anything. All coaches, Little League, high school, any coaches come. If we don't have a price yet, we're going to wait and see on that. But yeah, it's going to be over at the Comfort Inn in Grundy. I'm going to work something out here at BELLACINO'S for a social and stuff like that. But keep an eye out on that. Going to try to get some big speakers in to speak, and hopefully that will work out for us, and that will be major for us and for our community in our area.
We already have one big speaker, Tom Krieger.
Not me.
He's going to discuss the formula. He's going to discuss the formula with everybody.
Not me. When I coach football, I plagiarize.
I think
Everybody does.
No, not some. Some invented it.
Somebody somewhere did. I'll give you that. All right. With anything else, any parting shots? What do you think? Is anybody in Region D or C going to win the state championship?
Graham G. Men will win the state championship.
The winner of Region D
Oh,
will win the state championship.
Graham will win the state championship, back to back. That's our call here on this one. Nothing else further ado. Don't forget we've got After the Whistle T-shirts. Make sure if you don't know how to get one, get in contact with one of us. I'll put a little thing at the end of the show here. You can order one. After the Whistle T-shirts are available on our Facebook page as well. Anything else, guys? Till next time, I'm Coach Moore.
Coach Krieger.
Coach Tester.
Quick season.
Reminding you that people have more fun than anybody.
Audio Jungle.